Call this meeting to order. We begin this meeting by acknowledging that we are on the land that is being inhabited by the Anishinaabe nations. We'd like to acknowledge that this land on which we gather is the traditional territory of the Sagamok Anishinaabe. We would like to give thanks for sharing this land. Whereas there is a quorum of council present at a time at 6 p.m., be it resolved this regular meeting be open for business via Zoom, and that the minutes of the regular meeting of April 27, 2022 be approved. And further, that in accordance with section 228-4 of the Municipal Act 2001 as amended, Ann Whalen is hereby appointed as acting clerk for the purpose of this meeting. Can I have a mover and a seconder?
Pat will move.
Pat will move it, dear. Seconder?
I'll second
Cheryl.
it, Les. Oh.
Dale? Kevin, for or against?
I'm in favor.
Edie?
In favor.
Pat?
Pat in favor.
Cheryl?
In favor.
Dale?
In favor.
Motion carried. Is Nick on, Ann?
I'm not sure. There's someone with a phone number that's joined, but I don't know who it is. I can unmute them and we can ask.
Yeah, let's find out.
Nick, are you on the air?
That number's still muted, Les.
Yeah,
I don't think that's Nick's phone number.
No, okay.
Well, there's too many numbers on it anyways. For a phone.
Okay, in regards to the Canada Day fireworks, everybody read the email and everybody's been aware of what's been going on for the past X number of years there. What is the number that you would like to put in there, or do you want to go forward with the Canada Day fireworks, or what's majority of council want to do?
well, I'm definitely in favor of making a donation and allowing the fireworks to go forward. I mean, I think we've been hampered by dry conditions for a few years, but
And COVID.
yeah, and COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think that the community's been waiting for quite a
Yeah.
while.
They're ready.
Yeah.
So what number?
Well, what was the last donation we made, Ann? Do you recall?
So in 2019, we gave the fire department 700. And then 2020, there was nothing. That's when COVID kicked in, so all the festivities were canceled. But then later on, a donation to the Ag Society was given for 2,000. They were going to do it at New Year's that year to celebrate kind of the end of COVID, which didn't really happen.
Okay.
So that's, and then I think I did see where you set a budget for Canada Day, a $3,000 budget. So it wasn't necessarily a donation, but we were going to spend up to $3,000 for activities for Canada Day in 2021. And then that didn't happen again.
Yeah. But that was supposed to be a party down at the arena and all sorts, eh? Yeah.
The arena or Mouse Park, something to that effect. We had a pretty good one year there at both places.
I think Nick's just looking for fireworks money, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
So we always receive a grant from Canada Heritage. And this year, and it's arbitrary. I don't know, there's no rhyme or reason to we get a different amount every
No.
year. So it's 1160 this year that will go towards that. And this year
So
fireworks
we're-
will be, it'll be in Webwood this year. It's their turn.
Okay.
Yeah.
So were we putting a donation on top of the regular amount from
Yeah.
the government?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so 1,100.
I'd say top up to 2,000 and
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was thinking, Pat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we never did have the fireworks last year, right?
They had them later in the year.
Oh,
I
did
think
Yeah.
they
was,
did? Okay, the Ag Society did have their,
yes.
that
Yeah.
later on. I remember all the controversy leading up to it, but anyway.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's, how does everybody else feel with that?
Are you making a motion there for that, Kevin?
Sure,
There is
I'll
one.
move that.
Oh,
Sorry.
sorry.
Oh, there is one, okay.
Okay.
Nick never gave any costs either, eh? I'm just wondering, like, with the price of every single thing, if that was impacted as well, if we might want to have a contingency, should he cost stuff out just in case?
He does go around and get,
I never buy fireworks, I don't know.
I have
he
no
does
idea.
go around and get donations from businesses and stuff, and it just might be a little tougher this year. People are usually very generous. but
Yeah,
just Given this year might be a little tighter. So if council is willing to kick in a little bit more, that would be appreciated.
So
or
what
we
are
can
we,
always come back too, correct? I mean, if he falls short.
so we did 900 the last time. Do we want to up that a bit and let's say go to 25? I don't know.
Well, I think 2,000 is quite a bit with
Yeah.
what we're getting already from the government.
Okay,
Mhm.
how does everyone else feel?
Yeah, I think that's good.
So that's $840, correct?
Yeah,
Well, considering that amount that comes in from the government is the same. Otherwise, I think somebody talked about making it add up to 2,000 at the end of the day.
Yep.
That's what it
we
is.
like. Yeah, that's what we've doing.
so Ann, that amount has already been committed by the government?
The
Yeah.
1160, yes.
Okay, okay. So that'll make a total of 2,000, okay?
Okay, be it resolved that a donation in an amount of $840 be approved for the 2022 July the 1st fireworks. Mover and a seconder.
I'll make that motion.
Kevin will move it to our seconder.
I'll second it.
Dale. Kevin,
Yep.
for or against.
I'm in favor.
Edie,
In favor.
Pat,
Pat in favor.
Cheryl,
In favor?
Dale,
I'm in favor.
motion carried. In regards to the consent agenda, anybody got any concerns there in regards to any the checks or the library board minutes or the
Can
Press and Eugene.
you just refresh my memory on page 2 of our accounts for that chute restoration? Who that was on page 2 of accounts, Ruth?
Oh, that's the SOS, the contractor for the arena.
Okay, thank you.
SRS, yeah.
Okay, be it resolved that items A1, E1, and G1 and G2 contained in the consent agenda be adopted. Mover and a seconder.
Pat,
Oh, sorry.
Edie will move it there. Seconder.
Pat will second.
Pat will second it there. Kevin, for or against.
I'm in favor.
Edie,
In favor.
Pat,
Pat in favor.
Cheryl,
In favor?
Dale,
I'm in favor.
motion carried. And in regards to Township of Baldwin request for a meeting with the council regarding the mining project there, is that the one back in Agnew Lake there?
Yeah,
Yes. So they're just looking for a date and that if council's interested in meeting, and then it would be at their rec center in McCarroll. So whatever date works for council.
Is Nairn going to be involved in that too?
yes.
Yes.
Did they throw any dates out there?
No,
And-
she's kind of leaving it up to us to come back with a date, and then they'll work around that.
Well, are we looking at May or June, or it's up to us?
Yep.
Hmm. Well, I think we've got an open week at the end of the month of June. I don't know if anybody wants to go that far, but
The end of which, May?
No, the last week of June. We
Oh,
don't
in
have any
June?
meetings. We don't have any meetings that week.
So like the 28th, 29th, something like that.
Yeah, the 29th or the 28th.
We don't have to leave it that long. Just,
Well, what
Well,
do you
we have-
suggest?
well,
But we have, meet-
I don't have a calendar in front of me, but why don't we just, sometime in May?
well, because of meetings, right? We don't want
Yeah.
to be meeting, I mean, Kevin and I have lots of committees to go to.
Yeah, I got a busy week next week,
Yeah.
daytime and evening. I mean, the 25th is our council meeting, 26th I have a library meeting. I suppose the 24th. What does everybody think of that?
Yeah, I'm good.
So
Yeah,
20
I can make it.
24th of May, we can put that out and see what kind of response we get.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll call Joan at Baldwin and let her know that.
So are we
Okay.
we're looking at an evening meeting? I would hope.
I would assume so.
Okay,
Okay.
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 We're not doing that by Zoom, right? We'll be,
No,
it
it'll be in
doesn't-
person.
Yeah, it
Okay.
doesn't sound like it.
In regards to the fire chief update to the firefighter training there, did everybody read that memo there from the fire chief, and is he on the air, Ann?
I don't see him on the list.
With this warm weather starting there, they're gonna start to see fires there.
Well, it's already a restricted fire zone in some parts of Sudbury there, apparently.
Yeah, all Greater Sudbury, I think fire permits are
Oh,
canceled.
Okay.
and there's a bad fire on Garden River Reserve.
Oh, is that right? It's
Yeah.
dry. The bush is tinder dry. I
Yeah.
mean, we got a bit of rain last night, but not a lot.
But we also got lightning as well, so.
Yeah, we did.
Anything else anybody want to bring up in regards to that report he did there?
I know we put some money into, because we knew this training was coming up. But I think we'll just have to be cognizant of, we're gonna need money in the fire budget to cover all these courses for them.
And there's a lot of them that they don't have to qualify for.
That's a
Couple
good
of
thing.
years.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we could wait for Blair to come on can't we just defer this discussion till a little later in the meeting?
Yeah.
Give
Yeah.
Blair a chance to explain things?
Okay, let's move on there. The Public Works meeting report, anybody got any concerns there?
Nope.
No.
Okay, be it resolved, the Public Works Committee meeting report of May the 4th, 2022 be accepted. Mover and a seconder.
Pat will move.
Pat will
I'll
move.
second.
Dale will second it there.
Yes.
Kevin, for against.
I'm in favor.
Edie,
Favor?
Pat,
Pat in favor.
Cheryl,
In favor?
Dale,
I'm in favor.
motion carried.
If I could speak on that for a minute. I've been getting calls from the snowmobile club, members of the snowmobile club, quite concerned about the whole situation with Mr. Stanky's complaint and whatnot. And I mean, I assured them that we hadn't seen any damage as a result of the trail grooming, and it looked like council was not gonna relinquish any agreement to have them running trails. Now, should we have a resolution and send a letter to the snowmobile club?
Did we not do that at last meeting?
Did we?
I sent a letter to Mr. Stanky and told him that council wasn't changing anything.
Okay, well, perhaps we could send a similar letter to the snowmobile club. Because I think there's a lot of concern, and I read a lot of stuff on social media where they're urging members to speak out and contact council members and whatnot. So it would be good to just set the record straight.
Sure.
Okay, because I mean, they do a lot of work in the summer, brushing and whatnot, and if there's a question of them having access for trails, then they don't want to go ahead and do a whole lot of work. So if we could do that.
Okay, the Bob Conroy litter walk there, the donation there that we make every year. Anybody got any concerns there?
Nope.
Okay, be it resolved, we approve a donation in the amount of $200 for the Bob Conroy litter walk there. Can I have a mover and a seconder?
Excuse me, could we increase that to 300 this year because everything costs so much?
Sure. I agree.
And all the food goes to the community, to the kids and everybody else that helps out.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good group there.
Well, it involves the whole community.
It does, yeah, and they're very involved.
Okay, so we increased the amount to $300 there. Can I have a mover and a seconder?
I'll move.
Kevin will move it there. Seconder?
Paddle second.
Pat will second it there. Kevin, for or against?
I'm in favor.
Edie?
Favor?
Pat?
Pat in favor.
Cheryl?
In favor?
Dale?
In favor.
Motion carried.
And just for information, they're looking at having the walk on the 29th of May, and they're going to be using the Eagles instead of the library this time.
Okay.
In regards to the Walford Community Center roof repairs there, everybody read the email in regards to that there? At a cost of $12,800 there.
Yeah.
Nobody got any concerns in regards to that there?
No,
But did it,
Hearing none
didn't
here?
it seem like they were just kind of fixing the troughs on the roof?
That's what needs to be fixed.
Yeah, okay, but they're not replacing any of the metal or only if needed or,
Only if needed, yeah.
oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a little vague in there as far as I thought it was a little vague, but yeah, okay, yeah, I'm okay with it.
Could we not get anybody local in on that? I see that firm.
No, they're all too busy. I contacted them all. Ruth has the list. Mr. Meyer did come and have a look, and he just doesn't have time to do it. Probably not, maybe in the fall, but it can't wait that long. And yeah, he was the only one that actually came out and had a look locally.
We're having that issue with everything.
Well, I hope in the future, things like this get reported to us much earlier as far as a leak.
Okay, be it resolved that the quote in amount of $12,800 plus HST be accepted from Just Roofing in Sudbury, Ontario for the repairs to the Walford Hall roof. Can I have a mover and a seconder?
I'll move.
Seconder?
I'll second.
Kevin, for or against?
I'm in favor.
Edie?
Favor?
Pat?
Pat in favor.
Cheryl?
In favor?
Dale?
I'm in favor.
Motion carried. And there, you want to fill us in there in regards to that Massey drain, the Dixon drain there?
I'll let Ruth give you some further background information.
So I was contacted from K-Smart. They were doing a section 65 for a consent application. And they discovered that they had made an error on that report. And It's on Schedule B, the schedule of assessments. So there's no errors, as far as I know, with the mapping or anything like that. It was just the schedule, and it looks like, because there are Excel sheets that a rows got mixed up. I'm just going by what Mr. Morse told me. That pretty much what Ann put in the report is what I've been told. So how it happened, why, I don't know. So they are prepared to correct the mistake at no cost to the municipality. I believe it's already been corrected. We just now have to follow through a whole process, just like we would be doing a brand new Section 76 report.
Okay, so they made the mistake and they corrected it at no cost to the municipality.
Yeah.
That's correct.
And it was a mistake on paper, is that what I'm understanding?
Yes.
Their diagrams?
Their reports, the assessment schedule that where we charge the users to the drain that show their assessment. So when they do a severance, right, they have to reapportion. So I guess
Right.
when they went to do that, they were also doing the Section 65, which they did. They saw that they had made an error. So it's been corrected
Okay.
right away, but we still do have to appoint them and
Yeah.
do the whole process. So
Well, it also says quarter revision again.
yes, that's the process per the Drainage Act. So we have to follow that. It's a new Section 76 report.
So we have to go through the motions, but there's no charge for the.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
And there'll probably be no revision
No.
complications anyway. No,
No.
it's just paperwork.
Yes.
Yep.
Just all paperwork, yeah.
Okay, as long as there's no cost to anybody here.
No,
No.
no.
Exactly.
And like I said, I believe it's already corrected. They're just waiting for us to appoint them. They'll provide us with our report. We'll do the notifications as such we're supposed to do, and then that's it.
Okay. Be it resolved that bylaw 2022-26 being a bylaw for the purpose of appointing an engineer to vary the original assessments of the Massey and Dixon drains be read a first and second time. Can I have a mover and a seconder?
I'll move.
Kevin, I'll move it there. Seconder,
Carol?
Cheryl. Kevin, for, against?
I'm in favor.
Edie,
In favor?
Pat,
Pat's in favor.
Cheryl,
In favor?
Dale,
I'm in favor.
motion carried. Be it resolved that bylaw 2022-26 being a bylaw for the purpose of appointing an engineer to vary the original assessments of the Massey and Dixon drains be read a third and final time, passed in open council. Can I have a mover and a seconder?
Pat will move.
Pat will move it there. Seconder. Edie there. Kevin, for, against?
I'm in favor.
Edie,
In favor?
Pat,
Pat's in favor.
Cheryl,
In favor?
Dale,
I'm in favor.
motion carried. And have you got anything else for tonight there?
Oh, we got in touch with Blair. He got held up at work, so he won't be joining us, but we'll put him on for the next agenda.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Perfect.
Any more info on the situation at Mooney's with the drain there, arrow drain?
You haven't had any more?
I had Mr. Lindley in the office a couple days ago to deal with some other issues, and I did mention that to him, and he told me he was again going to speak with Mr. Mooney. But I know he is now ill for a bit, Mr. Lindley,
Okay.
so I'm not too sure of the timing when that will happen, so. But I did mention it to him, yes.
Okay. That whole situation's just dragging on and on, though. That's why I keep bringing it up.
Yes, and I told him that Mr. Mooney had been in touch with counselors and, was looking for some sort of answer. And he said he had been out there and took some pictures, but he hadn't spoken to Mr. Mooney, so I asked him if he could. But like I said, now he's ill, so I'm not too sure the timing of when that's gonna happen.
Okay, well,
As long as they carry through.
Yeah.
Nothing else, Ann, there?
Oh, that's it.
Oh, Dale has something.
yeah, Dale,
I was wondering if we received any correspondence from Saftenberg Construction regarding that aggregate.
We did a couple weeks ago and I had forwarded it to council.
Yeah, we got it we had it last time.
I never got it. Okay. And I wanted to ask about the street light at the end of River Road West and Highway 17. Have we made steps on that already? Have we approached Hydro One?
That's next on my list, Dale, that since we've just passed budget, it'll be on the schedule.
Okay, and Heritage Park washroom, when are we opening that?
They'll be open for the long weekend.
Thank you.
Perfect.
And I've had a lot of ratepayers concerned about our meetings not open to the public. So why get back to the arena for next meeting and do this out and open so our ratepayers can come in if they want. Everything else is open. I don't see why we're doing this on Zoom anymore. Lots of room at the arena for us to space 6 feet. We've already been there and done that. And we're in a worse state in the pandemic than we are now. So I'd like to see us get out there again.
I'm open to meeting too. I mean, that's fine.
Do I need to make a motion on it?
Well, no, let's find out what the rest of them want, Dale. Kevin there or Pat?
I'm okay.
Well, if we're willing to go to McCarrow to a meeting, I mean, why wouldn't we be having a meeting of our own? I mean, there's still a lot of COVID out there. I've been sick.
I still
for-
want people, yeah,
Yeah,
I still want
I've been
people
sick-
masked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've been sick for a week. I never tested positive, but that doesn't mean anything. So.
Yeah, I agree with Cheryl. People definitely have to wear a mask if
They
they're
still
gonna come.
have to be masked coming in.
Yes, for sure.
You still go into businesses there and lots of people in businesses there are all wearing a mask there. So.
Yeah.
So if people want to come in, they have to wear a mask. I'm not willing to put my health at risk. I'm sorry, there's too much of it out there. My brother-in-law's home is on lockdown again because staff brought COVID into the work to the retirement home. So
There's,
it's still out there and it's still affecting people.
There's a bit of a misconception that it's milder and people just get over it, but it's not really true.
Yeah, well, 2 people still died in his home, so.
Yeah. So do we want to go ahead with open meeting or?
Majority said yes. Majority
Okay.
says yes. Okay, seeing no more. Be it resolved this, the time is 6:28 PM and this meeting be adjourned until the next regular meeting of the call of the chair. Can I have a mover and a seconder?
Pat will move.
That'll move it.
I'll second it.
Dale will second it there. Kevin, for or against?
I'm in favor.
Edie,
In favor?
Pat,
Pat's in favor.
Cheryl,
In favor.
Dale,
I'm in favor.
motion carried.